Welcome to Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes with your host Bert Laporte, Damien Monte Carlo, and Angry Mike D. Alright, sit back and enjoy the ride as they talk about all things that rock and other useless knowledge you don't care about. And remember, every asshole has an opinion. This is theirs. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe.
All right, we're back. Another episode of Mixtapes and Tasty Cakes. This one we're reviewing the Motley Crue self-titled record with John Corabi. It actually came out 30 years ago, back in March 15th of 94. So I figured it'd be a good one to review. And with us, we have our buddy from the Circus Hearts, Joe Berkland, who's holding up the two Motley Crue records, both in yellow.
Yellow.
On vinyl.
Yes, sir.
And what did you guys think when this album first came out?
What was
your first reaction? Anybody? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember picking up before it came out. It was at Noise Pollution on South Street.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
I ran home. I turned it on. I was like blown away from the very first riff. I was like, "What?
Yeah, I got it the day. I got it the day it came out. I had the red version of it on CD.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, it's funny. I got the red on CD and cassette.
I think it seemed more back then. I think it seemed more red than the yellow cover.
Yeah, I got the red on CD.
Yeah.
I liked it when it came out. I wasn't in love with it. It's one that grew on me. Within a year, I think, of it coming out. I mean, it didn't take too long. Took a little while, but it wasn't like
it was a different era back then, though. Like as far as our musical ears were going.
Yeah, I mean, I was when that came out, I was in 11th grade.
Oh wow,
high school.
Yeah,
I was 1 year out.
Yeah, I mean, when I first heard it, I got it like the day it came out. I heard Hooligan's Holiday, I think, first. And I think
I remember seeing the video.
I was like, I mean, plus he was a Philly guy. I knew a lot of people that knew him. So I was blown away. I remember Fragile and Angora when I was a kid around Philly music. So, Philly music, I remember my buddy Steve that worked there. Well, my buddy Dave's brother Steve worked there. And he had the old Fragile cassette. It was like this yellow, like it was like not yellow, it was this silver thing and had Fragile written like across, like almost like a hockey jersey was written across or something. And it looked like they did it with like the lettering, the lettering where you do it yourself.
Yeah.
So
you had to do it on your own back then.
Fragile, because some people might not know, it was Corabi's band when he was in Philly back in the 80s.
Right, which Fragile turned into Angora.
Mm-hmm. Angora, right.
Yep. And a weird tidbit with that is that I just finished the book too. I know Dame read the book, and I just finished the book.
His autobiography,
Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, which is really his life story. It's like every time he gets something lucky, something crazy happens.
Yeah, it was excellent. Yeah, I would recommend it.
What's that,
John? Do you have the paperback?
I got it on an audiobook.
The audio? Okay.
I got the Kindle version, so I was able to read it on my phone.
Great.
Okay.
Great. I mean, who was I talking
to?
$10. I was talking to Meanie yesterday, and he started reading. He's like, dude, I'm like a couple chapters in. It's like a fucking movie. He's like, it's like a movie.
Yeah,
and he didn't even get to the Motley part yet. Like he's just gotten the beginning of it.
Yeah.
So I was always rooting for the guy from the beginning and I still was a Motley fan. I mean, I'll get into my notes, but I was still a Motley fan before, a huge Motley fan. But when Corabi joined him, I was like a Philly guy. It totally, like I said, I'll mention my notes at the end, but it totally upped everything about them, I thought, But so it was produced by Bob Rock, which that's why the drums probably sound great. This is probably the record when you go to the studio and go, what do you want your drums to sound like? Yes. I always go, Motley Crue 94 record. That's that's always my reference of I want that drum sound.
Even the guitar, and I always thought Nick Mars' guitar tone it was
thin,
not good. I wasn't a fan of it. I think all the fucking tones on this album. I mean,
great
vocals, guitar, bass. It's a fucking great sounding sonically sounding record, man.
Yeah,
It's
I'm telling you, man, the drum sound is my
You know,
favorite. This
for
and the Metallica
years,
Black Album are my two favorite drum sounds.
yeah.
for years they had to make their tones, I guess, to Vince Neil. So I guess
Well, it was the '80s,
It
and
was the 80s,
bands
different
weren't
tone, a lot of
they
reverb,
weren't.
and
Yeah, they weren't
yeah.
sounding like this. So it was kind of dated sounding, but
This was the change. And guess what? They're, well, like I
but
said, we'll
they
get to it near the
I
end.
don't think they could have put this album out with Neil though.
Oh no, it would never
no.
sound like this.
But I could hear him singing on
A few of them.
A
Yeah.
few of these songs sound like stuff that he could have
Absolutely.
done. You know,
But if you look at like a song like, one of the best Motley Crue songs ever, and I can see Corabi singing it if they wrote it then, and then Vince did a pretty good job on it too. Primal Scream is a fucking great song. It's a
Yeah.
great Motley
Yeah.
song, and it's
There's
different.
hints of that. There's hints of that in this album though too.
Absolutely, there's different. It's not a normal sounding song. It's not ABC really. You know what I mean? There's interesting parts in it. Same thing with this whole record.
it was
There's a lot of cool drum
it was a
parts.
very '90s sounding song when that came out.
Yeah.
It was like '91, so it was like, man, I wonder what's going to happen next with them. And then '92 rolled around, and then they kicked him out, or he quit, or whatever it was. But I'll tell you, I actually like that Vince Neil record too, Exposed. I like that one a lot, man.
Yeah,
So
it worked.
Never
between
heard it.
that, it's to me that sounds like a
Motley
Motley Crue.
record.
Yeah, that sounds like what they probably would have done. It's a really good fucking record. And I think this. I mean, if I'd pick the Corabi one over that one, but look, I mean, as a fan, you get both of these great records from the these bands, guys who were in the band and whatever, and the fans win actually. But yeah, I really like that Vince Neil record.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Before we get into the rating of the songs in the record, it's weird because I embraced it. Joe evidently embraced it pretty quick, so did Dame. As far as the new singer and all that, and you know how it is when you get a new singer, it changes your sound most of the time. So it was definitely a different sound from Motley and all that, and maybe some people weren't ready for it. I think people are warming up to it now and realize how good it is now. But when it came out, like it should have worked, and it didn't work for some reason.
It aged well.
Well, did it age well? Yeah. Did you think? I'll start with Dame. Do you think they should have called it something else?
No. I mean, look, people want to give a shit either way. So why not use the name? I mean, look, before them, Van Halen continued on with a new singer. AC/DC continued on with a new singer.
Yep.
Why not them? So no, it shouldn't have. It's not like it sounded like fucking King Crimson. I mean, it still sounded like Motley Crue to my ears. It was just a different singer on it. I mean, musically, it was Motley Crue.
And another, Corabi played guitar too, so
Yeah.
that brought another element.
It was definitely heavier. It was definitely a lot more Zeppelin sounds. It was more musical. It's the best way I can put it. They went for a lot of
A
different
lot of
shit.
cool layers going on.
Yes.
And, they weren't one dimensional. There was they were taking chances. It sounds like a metal Zeppelin record.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know?
Very
And
thoughtful album.
it's funny. I remember when Vince quit the band. I remember reading an interview with him in Metal Edge, and he said that that the songs that they were working on, which probably some of them probably became
Yeah.
on this album, he said it sounded too much like physical graffiti.
Oh,
That's what he
wow.
said. So that's the Zeppelin stuff that you probably heard on this
Yeah.
album. Probably stuff that they might have been toying around with.
Yep. Okay, so you know how we do it? We rate each song from 1 to 10. We take all our numbers, we crunch them together, and we come up with a total for the record at the end. So we'll go through, we'll give our little synopsis on each song and what we rated it, and then we'll give you a final total at the end, starting from the least favorite to the favorite as a combined panel. Okay, so Motley Crue 94, produced by Bob Rock. It was their 6th record. The original title for this was Till Death Do Us Part. And that got changed. I wonder if it was different artwork, because the artwork's kind of bland, right? Maybe it was just the 90s thing, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe was there any different? I wonder if there was different artwork involved.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the album is kind of the cover sort of is like pretty 90s look.
I
very
think they just
90s.
put their name real big, so people are like, "Are we really listening to Motley Crue?"
Yeah.
Yeah. This was like I said, the 6th record, and it was right after they signed a $25 million contract with Elektra, and then music changed right around then, and everything went to shit. And then they had problems with the label. The label wasn't pushing the Corabi record. I think the label didn't push this record at all, really. Yeah. So here we go. Coming in at number 12. Welcome to the Numb. What do you got, Damo?
This song and a lot of the other ones just have a lot of groove. And this song especially it's got cool cowbell. It's got a lot of big backing vocals and stuff. I really like this, and out of the 12, it's well, it's not my least favorite, but it's still good enough for 7.85. I gave it.
The 7.85. I like
all these
You
songs
have
are
to.
close, so I really chiseled it down to the
Yeah.
decimal.
Okay, Joe, welcome to the Numb. What do you got?
Yeah, any song with a cowbell in it,
Yeah.
I just fall for it. But I agree with Damien, but I got it at 8.75.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can't have everything at 10 and 9, so I figured if I have to chisel it down. But yeah, I mean, I can get into it. It's not my favorite, but it could be higher in my opinion.
Right. Mike D.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in agreement with the other two. I mean, I gave this a 7. I didn't hate. I kind of liked it. It actually kind of reminded me of like maybe Extreme on like their second or third album.
Yes, that's a good point.
There's
That's a
definitely
good
extreme
one.
moments in it in the
Yeah.
song.
The harmonizing and it's kind of a cool track. I kind of liked it.
Yep. Looking in my notes, good open riff, some good harmonies on the verse. Motley Crue meets Extreme. That's what I put.
Yeah.
It's a good deep cut. Coming in number 11, dropping like flies. What do you got, Damo?
This is a song I could kind of hear Vince on. It's a lot of these songs that they have like that Zeppelin blues in there, a lot of groove. If Zeppelin was like metal, that's what I could hear. But this song probably one of my least favorite ones. Gave it a 7.7, which is still pretty damn good. I mean, I still love the song.
Joe, what you got?
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it was my least favorite. I gave it an 8.25. What do I have here? Yeah, it's all about the drums on this song, for me. Like every song. I think the whole album is like a drum.
Definitely.
It's a drum
It's a
album
drum record. Yep.
all day.
Yeah.
I guess what's that? Like it's got like that halftime chorus in it. So
Yeah.
So I mean, it's interesting, and you listen to the song in headphones. There's a lot of cool stuff happening.
Yep.
With
Yep.
it.
Mike D, dropping like flies.
Yeah, I like this one. I gave this an 8. I thought like it was all right halfway through, and then like the second half of the song, something just kicks into the gear, and it's just like, wow,
Exactly.
this is pretty cool.
Yeah. Dropping like flies, I gave an 8. Another cool musical open part. I think this one grows on you after a couple listens. It's another good deep cut. I think the chorus really saves the song for me.
Yeah.
It's got that little Alice in Chains kind of thing going on there, which I'm a sucker for. So yeah, dropping like flies, pretty good. Okay, coming in number 10, Love Shine. What do you got, Damo?
Man, I love this song. It's an acoustic rock song. Definitely it's got like a 70s kind of vibe to it. It's a really short song, maybe 2.5 minutes long. It's such a great fucking chill song, man. Just it's right to the point. Mostly it's pretty much all acoustic guitar and drums. Great vocal melody on there. And I gave this one 8 out of 10.
There you go. Joe Berkland, Love Shine.
He's taking the words right out of my mouth. I gave it a 9. I have it written down. It's a quick one. I guess there's a mandolin and some 12-string in this, I think.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it almost sounds like a sitar, but I think it's the mandolin that kind of like puts it off. Yeah, I mean, I gave it a 9, man. I could have probably made it a 10. Again, it's easy to sing to, follow along with. Yeah, it's that's about it for me. 9.
Mike D, Love Shine.
And this was like tied for my worst to go figure.
Really?
Oh,
But still gave it a good score.
I gave it a 6.5. I mean, it didn't light the world on fire for me. But
Wait, did you? Not on this.
Yeah.
On this the one I have, it looks like you gave it a 7. Unless you changed
You know
the
what?
score.
I might have changed. I did change something. I lowered something by half a point. I did add something by half a point. It's
Yeah.
still the same, but I gave it a 6.5.
All right, Love Shine. I gave it an 8.25. First thing I think of is Zeppelin. Good tune. I mean, these songs are just, even though it's a short song, they're very thought out. They're not
Yes.
just paint by numbers, you know. This is another example of them leveling up. They definitely leveled up on this record.
Leveled up. I like that one.
Leveled up.
I've been hearing that a lot lately.
Oh,
Leveled
really?
up.
Wow. Yeah, it's
that's
definitely
the new
leveled up.
title of the song.
Yeah.
Leveled up.
Leveled up.
Level up.
I mean, it's a better than solid song, and it's got some cool ass harmonies. So yeah, Love Shine, pretty damn good. Coming in at number 9, Smoke the Sky. What do you got, Damo?
Man, this one is a fucking crusher. This song, man. I just want to fucking hurt somebody. when I heard this song, it's kind of like, it's like if Pantera went pop. You know what I mean? And that's not, that doesn't mean that the song is poppy sound. It just means that it's like, it's fucking heavy as shit, but it still has like a catchy chorus, you know? And I love the breakdown, man. That's a fucking skull crusher, man. That part, that breakdown.
Yeah.
Halftime breakdown, that scream. Oh man, I fucking love this song so much. I gave it a 8.25. Probably should have gave it like a 9 or something, a little bit higher. But
Yep. Joe Big.
All right, yeah. I gave it an 8.5, but it's definitely it's a 9er. It's, for me, it's like you got to sit in the car. It's like you're in the, it's such an energizing song for me, man. Like I just, and you know, especially he toke in the sky, smoke in the sky, anything with smoke and toke, you know, it's you can't mess with that. But yeah, in the car, I just envision myself just like in the car, just, well, not I envision it, but I've done it. It's just blasting.
you know, it would be like a good Demolition Derby song.
Yeah. You don't care. You be driving a Tesla and doing demolition. You don't even care. You're just wasting all that money. You know, screw it. But yeah, so I gave it an 8.5, but again, it could have been higher. Should have been higher. But you know, again, I don't want to give all 9s and 10s. And
Right.
that guy, even though I should have been.
Mike D.
Yeah, I gave this one an 8. Kind of reminded me of something that should have been on like Slade to the Grind. This is a killer track. I probably should have gave this one higher though too.
Yeah, me too. I gave it a 7.75. Should probably been a little higher. Kind of for me, it's just like a straight head rock song. You know, it's a good song. It's just a rocker. You know, same thing. I think it's a good filler song for the record. It's good, but not my favorite. Coming in at number 8, Till Death Do Us Part. Damo.
Let me see. What did I get? Yeah, I gave us well, before I give it the score. Yeah, I dig this song. It's kind of epic-y kind of sounding, moody. Great fucking drum groove in it. Again, great vocal melodies and everything. It's a little bit longer, maybe 6.5 minutes long. Great song though. I gave it 7.75 out of 10.
Cool. Joe Berkeley.
Damien, you're like literally like taking the words out of my mouth. Could have been shorter. The song could have been way shorter.
A little bit
You
more,
know,
yeah.
especially the outro. But still, I mean, you know, it's and the drums killer. You know, it's a great song. I gave it an 8.75. I probably would have gone a little bit lower. But I think, yeah, if it was shorter, yes, definitely. I would probably give it a little bit higher. But, you know, again, it's a well thought out song.
It sounded like
You
they were
know.
going for that like Pantera thing. You know, they end the song and then all of a sudden it kind of kicks back in. They were some bands were starting to do a little of that.
Yeah.
You know, like the
Yeah.
trick ending, you know.
Yeah.
Mike D.
Yeah, they had a few on this that were a little bit on the long side, but I guess back in '90s that was like the thing to do.
That
Yeah,
was
they know
so,
it wasn't going to be an MTV video. So
Right. I kind of like this one. I gave it an 8, kind of mid tempo, little sludgy thing going on. And you're going to laugh because I don't like this band at all. It kind of reminded me of like a slowed down Whitesnake song.
mm,
That's just me though.
could kind of yeah, I kind of hear where you're coming from with that.
You can hear the David Coverdale's doing something
Yeah,
on this.
yeah, I can hear him singing something
Yeah.
on that.
Till Death Do Us Part, I gave it an 8.75.
okay.
Starts off with a cool little intro. I love the way the drums kick in. Very moody vocals. I think it's another real good track. And like I said, it was the original album title, and the chorus is really good. I do like this one. I even do like I like the false ending too. It's a little long, but it
Right.
just shows Corabi's voice just doing what it does, you know. Coming in at number 7, Poison Apples, Demo.
I don't think it's the best song on the album, but goddamn, man, this is my favorite song on the album.
Really?
Yeah, it's my favorite fucking song. It's a fun song, man. It's a fun fucking song, and I just fucking love it, man. What's there not to love with this song? It's high energy. I could actually, because it has sort of like a fun vibe. I can kind of see Vince doing this one, but
Yeah.
he probably couldn't sing it
No.
obviously, but it's a great fucking song, man. I gave it an 8.95
Wow.
out of 10.
Joe.
Yeah. Great song. I think it combines the scream and crew. You
Yeah,
really
I can hear
listen to
that.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely scream stuff in there. I gave it a 9.5. I could probably give it that a 10.
Wow.
It just makes you want to keep singing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sing it all day long.
Mike Ding.
Yeah, I gave this one an 8, man. It reminded me like a Guns N' Roses song, something like around like the Use Your Illusion.
Mm.
Cool track. I like this one. Really kind of like a dirty rock sound to it.
Yeah, it's weird. This was my least favorite on the record. I still like it, but it's my least favorite. I gave it a 7.5.
Why? Because it has apples in the title.
Yeah, no, I'm right with the apples. I've used the apples before.
You can't put a
um,
song with food in it.
it's the most Motley sounding song I think on the record. It's got a cool punky vibe, but it's just not my favorite. But it could be them keyboards, that ding 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 ding. It could be that throws me off.
Yeah, you're not a fan of that.
I don't know
No.
why. I don't know why. Coming at number 6, Hammered. What do you got, Demo?
This is fucking Groove City, this song. I love this song, man. It's fucking groove for days, man, on this one. What a great feeling song. I gave it 8 out of 10.
Okay. JoJo.
Well, another cowbell song. So
Mhm.
It's up there. Yeah.
that adds more points to it. Yeah, I mean, like when he sings Hammer, like the drums follow like the vocal part. Like,
Yeah.
you know, how it brings it in a little bit. I'm like, oh man, it's so fucking good, man. That is so good. But yeah, definitely, I gotta, agree with the drummer again. It's all about the drums for this one for me, anyway.
Yep.
Uh, but I gave it a 9.
Cool. Mike D.
Yeah, I gave this one an 8. Another one, it's like it just feels like halfway through this, it's just something just kicks in on this one, man. It just really kicks ass. I like this one.
Hammered, I gave an 8.5. It starts out with a good groove. I like the lyrics. I love the scratchy vocals. It's got a good pre-chorus. It goes into that cool little Zeppelin part in the song. It's got a good sludge to it. Yeah, perfect gut-wrenching vocals for me on this one. And it's got that real cool guitar overlay. It's like in the middle of the song. That's really good too. Yeah, Hammered's a good one. Very good. Coming to number 5, Drift Away. What do you got there, Damon?
Yeah, this is my least favorite one. With the lowest score that I gave, which is tied with Dropping Like Flies. It's a really good, well written song. Definitely fits to be like the last song on the record, which it is. I just didn't really think there was anything special about it. The end part I thought was kind of cool, but yeah, it's just like a ballad, type song. But yeah, I gave it 7.7.
Okay, JoJo.
Yeah, I gave it a 10 just because it's the last song, and up until this point, I haven't breathed any like I held my breath through the whole album until I get to the song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The whole album, you're like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, Damien, you ever find yourself holding your breath when you play your drums?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you're like, Jesus Christ, I don't think I took a breath the whole friggin' song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this song, yeah, and the lyrics, and you get to hear him sing, in a sense. So I gave it a 10. It could have gone a little lower, but I think it was placed perfect in on the album. After going through that whole album where it's just like, the drums are just smacking you in the face.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike D.
Yeah, I lied before. Was my least favorite. I gave this a 6.
Liar.
Yeah, I'm a liar. I don't know. It was kind of boring for me. Kind of the most Motley Crue sounding song on the album. Kind of reminded me of something Vince could definitely sing on this one.
Like on
I don't know.
Dr. Feelgood or something.
Yeah, wasn't a big fan of this one.
Drift Away. I gave it a 10. I think it's a really good ballad, a perfect way to end this record. Another one that should have been a big hit. This should have been a hit. If this came out earlier in their career, whatever, this would have been a fucking hit, no doubt. The lyrics are good. The music's really good. It's got that nice little swirling elements. You hear that little sound that's kind of swirling in the song. That's really neat. Corabi sounds great on it. And yeah, like I said, this would have been a hit and should have been a hit. This record got pushed and it was on MTV and all that bullshit. It would have been huge. Coming in number 4, Power to the Music. Game-O.
Yeah, I think this was a great opener because it definitely had like they were making a statement, on this song. Great tune, a lot of cool parts in it. I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Okay, JoJo.
Listen, this song gives me chills, especially in the middle when Tommy Lee does the whole the triplet
that
thing.
feels the best.
I
Yeah.
get the chills, man. When I tell you, I was like, when I put this on the first time, when I got the CD, and I heard that, I was like, what was that? And what? I'm not going to be ripping that off at some point down the road.
Yeah.
I tell you, yeah, I gave this one a 10. I was blown away when I first heard this.
Yep. Mike
Blown
D.
away.
Holy fuck, man. I gave us a 6.5. I kind of thought it was boring. I was like,
What? You're crazy.
I don't know. I just wasn't feeling this one.
Wow. Power to the Music, I gave it a 9.5. The drums are fucking huge. Huge. This whole song's drums for me. Corabi's got the gritty vocals. It works so good with the song. I thought it was a great opener for the track. I think it's a strong track. It's still one of my favorites off the record. A great way to say this is the new Motley Crue. Bang. Yeah, I love it. Coming to number 3, Misunderstood. What do you got, Damo?
Yeah, it's the longest song, almost at 7 minutes. It's definitely like their most epic sounding song. Zeppelin, Beatles, heavy metal, Zeppelin, Beatles. That's
Both tight
great.
ends, yeah.
A great fucking song. I gave it a 8.5 out of 10.
Okay, JoJo.
Yeah, it's all about the melody for me. I love the violin in the beginning, you know what I mean? Bringing it in. I could have made this a 10. I did it I had the 9.5. It's the melody. You have to listen to it with headphones. There's a lot going on. This album panned really well. There's a lot of cool stuff going on.
Yeah, it's mixed really well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Yeah,
Yep.
so I gave it 9.5. Could have been 10.
Okay, Mike D.
Yeah, this was definitely the top on the album for me. I gave this an 8.25 epic track. I like this one. And it just worked.
Misunderstood, I gave it a 9. This is a really good song. It's got a ton of cool stuff going on through the whole song. It's got a Beatles feel to it. It's a good ballad that don't have hokey lyrics. It's a pretty ballad. The lyrics are actually really good.
Yeah.
Kind of depressing almost. It's really good.
Did they release this song?
They did. I think
Yeah,
they
I
did.
remember it was a video.
They were like sitting
was-
on a porch, maybe, if I can
Yeah, it was
remember.
black and white
Yes, it
video
was.
sitting on a
Yes.
porch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right.
It's got the weird backwards thing going on in the song, which is really cool.
Yeah,
The
Beatles
orchestration
element.
sounds great. The middle part kicks ass. Another song I'm going to say should have been a hit. Should have been a hit. I mean, this had hit written all over it. Coming in at number 2, Uncle Jack. What do you got, Damo?
Yeah, man, this is another like crusher. This song, pretty wicked lyrics, based on a true story about his uncle, which he talks about in his John Corabi. That is,
You don't hold
talks
nothing
about
back.
it.
You don't hold
Nah,
nothing back.
man, it's a pretty fucked up story. It's in his autobiography. It gets really into depth. Musically, man, I think the guitar. This is probably my favorite guitar song because there's some cool like melody stuff in there that really sticks out. And again, the fucking drums are phenomenal on it. I gave it a 9.25 out of 10.
Okay, JoJo.
I wrote absolutely no notes for this, but Damon, Damon gave me all the notes right there. But I gave it a 10. Again, it's the drums, it's just the whole feel of the song. If I could write any one of these songs, that'd probably be the one I would write.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh man, it beats you over the head.
Mike D.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about this song until you told me about it. And I'm like, wow, it's kind of even creepy just thinking about that. But it's a really creepy song. Some great riffs in there. The drums are great. Yeah, I gave this one an 8.
I gave Uncle Jack a 10. I was like, wow, when I heard the song. The story is fucked up, but the song itself has that cool intro. It's like a straight driving thing with this music. Good pre-chorus, strong vocals. It's a dark tune. It's a really good song. I was sold as soon as I heard him go in that register. Are you ready? I was like, oh, I'm fucking sold. Bang. And that line, "Let me run a razor across your throat." Fucking
Yeah.
Yeah.
great line.
Wicked.
Across your throat.
Dude, but because Corabi could do the, where his range is higher, but it's scratchy, so it don't sound like Vince High, right? And I like some of the Vince High, but
It's got balls to it.
it's got balls to it, man. But when he went in that deep register, I was like, yes. Yeah, I love this song. Really good song. Coming in number 1, Hooligans Holiday. What you got there, Damo?
Yeah, this was the first single, and I was all in on this song. When I remember when I saw the video, it had a Clockwork Orange kind of theme in the video, and great song, man. Great fucking chorus. Still has the heaviness. Still got the pop elements. My favorite part is the breakdown after the second chorus and right before the solo. I think, man, that fucking breakdown just
Great. Yeah.
kicks. Yeah, again, some cool guitar melodies in there that really make the song. Great vocals, great drums. Everything is fantastic on this. I gave it a 10 out of 10. It's perfect.
There you go. JoJo.
Yeah. I don't know what to say other than it's a 10 for me.
Well, there's only one guy who didn't give it a 10 here.
Yeah, it's a 10. Wait, and it's a different time signature though, I think too, right?
Yeah.
The change, yeah.
Right? Because he does that one that on that one that hit that comes in. It's like right on that one. It catches you,
Yeah, yeah.
The drums are ridiculous on this whole record. Ridiculously good.
His best ever.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Mike D, what do you got for Hooligan?
Yeah, this is probably the only song I've ever heard off this album until we're doing it right now. So, and it was probably just in passing. I know it was them. I was like, I never gave it too much attention. But listening to it now, I'm like, wow, this is actually a pretty good song. I gave this one an 8. Good single.
Okay. I gave it a 10. Really cool intro. It goes in that sludgy groove. And as soon as Corabi starts singing that verse, man, he's belting that out. And I'm like, Jesus. And the video made it even cooler. The way they were, like you said, they were doing the screens and all that kind of stuff. It had like a punk element to it. Fans were probably like, what the hell is this when they first heard it? It's either they were like, oh my God, or they were like, what the fuck is this? And I just loved it from the beginning. I thought like, oh shit, this sounds gritty. This sounds street. This sounds tough. It's got. I mean, look, I like Motley for a long time, but this had fucking. This was mean. This had some edge to it. Um, and like I said, of course, I'm voting for the Philly guy. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
great, and he was great in the Scream also. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool parts in the song. Great single. I even like some of that keyboard stuff that's in there. It's really good. It's really really good. So that being said, Dame gave it a total of 8.41. Joe gave it a total of 9.27. Make sure I say that right. Mike D gave it a 7.52. I gave it an 8.77 for a total of 8.49, which is the highest rating I think we gave anything so far
Oh,
as a
wow.
total. Yeah, pretty high. So, yeah, let's move on to our final thoughts. Damo?
Yeah, man, great album. It aged very well, I think. And I think fans have grown to appreciate it. I remember when it came out, man, it was not a good time. Like I knew some people that the new Motley Crue record, and they would like chuckle, because 1994 it was not about that. It was either
It was all about this at the
yeah,
time.
about them, Soundgarden, Stone Temple Pilots. Then it was Marilyn Manson and Nine Inch Nails. So that was like the thing. Motley Crue was not the thing, but the tour bombed, and it didn't really sell that great. And but the music stands the test of time, and it's a great fucking record. And I think you know what if they just got him back and did like a tour? I think it would do pretty decent. Not as good as they would with Vince, but if they just said, "Hey, we're just doing this one tour, or we're gonna do a Motley Crue '94 set,"
Yeah.
do 6 songs, whatever, or something. That would be kind of cool. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I
Corabi's
love the record.
band did it good. Corabi's band did it. They
I
did
saw
the
it.
album. with
They
his
did the
son.
whole
Yeah.
record. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw them do it. It was
I
good.
mean, dude, they did a great job on that, man.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
available on vinyl, I think, now, too.
I think the live, right?
Live
The
94.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like
Live
that.
94. Yeah, I didn't get that.
Yeah. Yep.
But seeing that, yeah.
What's your final
Yeah.
thoughts, Joe?
This is a drum album all day. It's Tommy Lee's best work ever. I mean, I don't know where he came up with half this shit. Like his approach to it. It's a very thoughtful album from front to back. Every song has, some deep thought into how they're going to construct this song.
Yeah.
From every song from beginning to end. There's a lot of cool little nuggets in there. You have to listen with headphones.
Yeah. There's a lot of shit going on.
There's a lot going on, and it's a very heavy riff album. Solos they're pretty much, there's hardly any, there's solos, but they're more melody solos.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
They're not
ripping
cheesy
solos.
80s solos.
Right.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
it's like more thought out, like that, but that's the whole album. And Corabi's voice just puts it over the top for me, I had the Scream album first, and then he came out with this, and I was just like, whoa, that's crazy, man. This is in all honesty, it's like probably my favorite Motley Crue album.
Yeah. Yep. It would probably be my favorite if I wasn't so big into Shout and Too Fast for Love than first two.
Yeah.
This is like at least 2 or 3 for me. It's up there.
Yeah. But they were trying to be tough back then. Look tough. This album's tough.
It's tough.
It's a tough album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Even the way they looked, all black and
Oh,
Yeah.
it's great. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. It's great, man. Mike D, final thoughts.
I'll dare to say that this is probably my favorite Motley Crue album. As of, I don't even want to say as of lately, but I don't know. I chalk Motley Crue up into that Frankie Valli kind of tone for me with Vince Neil, and I just can't take it. I did just have to turn them off. But this is
Vince is hard to listen to now.
yeah, Vince is definitely hard to listen to for me. So, but going back and listening to this, I'm like, wow, this is pretty good. This is something I can actually get into now. I'm like, if I see this, if it ever comes back and it's not too expensive on vinyl, I'd probably pick this up.
Cool. My final thoughts is, Motley was one of my favorite bands for many years, and I do still like most of their stuff. The new stuff, not so much. But when this album came out, I bought it early, and I was blown away, man. They jumped light years as far as songwriting goes. Definitely. Like I said, they leveled up, absolutely leveled up. I did like Vince's voice, but it fits well for the earlier stuff. This Corabi album is just a whole different thing. It was something different. It had guts. It had balls. It was gritty. It was dirty. It was melodic. It had mature lyrics. The lyrics were like really mature lyrics.
Yeah.
And this should have fucking worked. I guess the timing was wrong, but and then why people didn't like it back then. Me and Damien have this talk all the time, and even me and Joe talked about it. Anybody that does music around, we all talk about the same thing. You have so many people that are stubborn that just like what they like. They don't like the change. They don't give change a shot. Sometimes you give it a shot. There's something good in there, and then maybe you grow to like it 10 years after or whatever. But you got to give shit a shot. You can't just say, "Oh, I like this," because I like this. I can't like that. You know, you could be an NFL fan and like the Eagles and the Cowboys. I know a lot of people won't, but I like both. And it sounds fucking crazy. You could be a Flyers and a Rangers fan. Dame possibility. Joe, maybe Devils fan. Not agreeing with that, but anyway, you could like more than one thing. But a lot of people are
You
just
like the jerseys, so you don't have to like the team.
yeah, you can like the color of the jerseys, yeah, or the player. Yeah, there you go. That's a better way of putting it. But yeah, I always been a Corabi fan, and this record was a wow moment for me. And people are finally starting to realize that it's actually pretty good, And of course, like I said, should they have called it something different? No, it's Motley Crue. It's still the bulk of Motley Crue. It's like them changing their name now with John Five. I don't know. It's still Motley Crue. It's been Motley Crue for fucking 40 years or whatever the deal is. Crazy. Joe, you have the vinyls near you still?
Yeah,
Is there an inside? Did they give you an inside slip to it at
Yeah.
all? Is there any pictures or anything like that? Is it like the
And-
record
Yeah.
at all?
Is that a
And
double
any,
album? Yeah, it is.
That's
any
a double.
download codes in there?
it's there's a lot of naked pictures.
Okay, it's
No,
like the inlay was on the CD. It's
Yeah.
got a lot of crazy
it's
shit.
it's a lot of shit going on. You got to really
Yeah, like the CD was. It's like the CD was. They actually put it on. I wasn't sure if they put it in the middle or not. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's not a gatefold though, right? It's one of the ones they stuck both in the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Slip
that's
it
one I
in.
want to pick up. I definitely want to pick up. I don't want to spend $80 on it, but I'll definitely want to pick
Yeah,
that
they
up.
had the other one there too at the Rock Expo. I told you that, right?
Generation Swine, right?
No, the Quatrain. What's the one that came out? The
Oh, the quaternary,
Quaternary?
yeah.
Quaternary.
that was there too.
They had that on vinyl?
Yeah,
Wow.
I
Wow.
didn't pick it up because I was like, I'm looking at, it, I'm going, is this off of like It didn't look. It didn't
was a
look
mail
like
order.
It was a
looked like
mail
a-
order. It was hard to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like it was off of like a CD or something.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
probably what they did. That's probably what they did.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was probably bootleg.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like it was bootleg. I was like, should I get it?
All right.
But,
I already know Mike's thoughts on this, but Dane, what's your thoughts on Motley right now?
Nah, I'm kind of over it. Really. I mean, I saw them at that Def Leppard Poison tour and Joan Jett. I thought it was a fun show. I really don't need to see them anymore. Yeah, I'm kind of over it. Unless they have like another, unless it's a really good bill, and I
Yeah.
care about seeing the other band. I won't see them on their own. Yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Joe?
now
Yeah.
they don't even exist right now to me. I mean, I can't. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're tough. Yeah, I mean, it's just like they're like a cover band now, in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that.
I mean, I
So-
got a chance to see them back. I think it was the Girls, and Dr. Feelgood.
Yeah.
Saw them.
Feel Good was a good
So-
tour. Feel Good was a good tour. I
Yeah,
didn't
it
see
was.
Girls. I wish I seen that
Yeah.
one. That was probably great. Mike
Yeah.
D, I already know you're not really a Vince guy.
Yeah, I'm probably on the same line with Damien.
Yeah. I mean, I always liked Motley Crue. I thought the last good album they did put out I like Saints of Los Angeles. I thought that was pretty good, actually. that had some cool things. And it's probably because the songwriting. The songwriting was definitely, what's his name? James Michael. And DJ Ashby probably wrote most of the stuff. That was my guess. You could tell the way the melody lines were.
Yeah.
There was a couple songs like Just Another Psycho. I kind of like that song. White Trash Circus, I thought was pretty good. I actually think that record pretty good. After that, the last couple singles they put out,
Yeah.
You
I
know?
like I do like Generation Swine.
I
do
like
that
Generation
album.
Swine, which Corabi had a hand in that too.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
he was supposed to. He's actually on some of that stuff.
He's
You
on
could
some
hear
of
it.
that, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like
he
playing
wrote
guitar.
that. Did he write
Yeah.
half of it?
He probably was involved. I was thinking a bunch of the writing
Yeah.
because there were sessions. They were saying that him and Vince were there, and they were just having
he
Corabi
was.
do some guitar stuff.
Yeah, he was coaching them. Yeah, he's like coaching them how to sing and stuff.
Awkward, right?
Yeah,
Fucking awkward. But yeah, like Motley, a fan of Motley, but the Motley today is just not this. And I'm okay with change, but the Motley today, the songs aren't just. They're just not what they were.
well, it's a nostalgia act at this point. They're not.
Yeah.
You know, they put
Yeah.
out singles. You know, everybody does singles, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean, they put out that EP like a month or two ago, and it's like I'm not even really that interested. Like, it's got that canceled song, which wasn't that bad. The Dogs of War song kind of grew on me a little bit. The Fight for Your Right to Party, I thought was a stupid cover for them to do at this age.
Oh,
It was just why? Like now you're doing that? Why?
Yeah,
You know, if they did a Jay-Z song, I would respect that more than Fight for Your Right to Party. I mean, you're fucking 80.
because it's your typical cover band song. Like, why do that? I mean,
That's
hey,
a
come on,
weird
you-
one.
come on, guys, you're fucking 65.
Yeah.
Thinking about partying, it's like
Yeah. I didn't want to party when I was 30. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Nikki Sixx isn't partying.
No, he's not partying. But yeah, we'd like to thank Joe from the Circus Hearts for coming on. And we actually it's not officially the date, so I can't give the date, but we are doing a gig with the Circus Hearts, and it seems like Tuesday, hopefully in February. So I know, Joe, you got some stuff coming up. These guys are in the studio now, too. Anything going on with that right now?
No, nothing just yet. Waiting for everybody to get off their ass.
Typical stuff, yeah. Typical
Yeah,
stuff.
you know, it's December. You know, everybody's got, stuff to do.
Yeah,
You
December. December's are rough. December, January's they're two rough months.
Yeah, we'll probably get going probably in January.
Right, so
We
we
got
should
two
expect
songs.
we should expect some singles out by maybe June-ish, around there, maybe.
Oh man, I wish it was tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, we can bust them out pretty quick. I mean, they're pretty much all pre-production's done on them, but yeah, we just got to get in there and do it.
What do you got? Why should the devil have all the funds? One of the tunes I heard, which is real good.
Yeah, why should the devil have all the fun?
And honey
don't.
don't. That's the other one. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
these guys got two that are ready to be recorded, and these
Yeah.
are also in the middle of writing again. Cool.
Yes, yeah. Thanks for putting the words in my mouth.
I remember that stuff.
I know you did.
But Hernico, be very proud. Make sure you carry the vinyl in your car just in case.
And your t-shirts.
And your t-shirt.
Yeah.
You missed that conversation. It's me. We're at your show on Friday. We were at your show, and here Nico's going, Joe, did you give Brent the vinyl? He's like, I don't know. Did you give it to him? He's like, do you carry it with you in your car? He's like, no. He's like, I carry each size of each t-shirt. Carry the vinyl. I'm like, it's smart. It is smart, but it was fun.
I know. But he's telling me, you're the one who has them. Why are you even bringing it? The conversation should have been, yo, I just gave a t-shirt and an album to Brett.
Right.
Not like, Joe, do you have albums? And
But I carry them. I'm parked too far
have
away.
yeah. Did you go give it to him? No, he left. Well, he was here all night. You were waiting for me to do it?
That's funny.
Hernicio.
That is funny. Listen, that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, went to go see Mach 22 last Friday. Me and Joe went. Great show. Great show.
Great.
It was a packed
Thanks.
house. The new song sounds great. The band sounded really fucking tight. Everybody was on Lamont, sounded great. Everybody sounded good. Dame had a lot of fun. Rick was having a ton of fun up there. Rick usually doesn't smile too much. Rick was smiling his ass off that night.
Oh yeah,
He was having a good time. He was
like a
having
new
good
band
time.
now.
Yep. So we probably expect to see maybe a show or two a year with Mock, and a single here and there. And of course,
Yeah,
Damien,
We got a big world tour.
Yeah.
Yo, put that
Dive
shit
bar
out in the
tour,
week,
200
bro.
dates.
In case anybody's nervous. In case anybody's nervous, Damien's not leaving us. We're still
Joe
doing the Monte
Mal,
Carlo
tell
band.
Joe Mal. Talk him off the ledge.
Yeah, we're still doing the Monte Carlo band. We're not going anywhere. It's just that, we just have other outlets and, why not? Do as much as you could. Have fun with it.
It's like Kiss doing solo albums.
Right.
Damien,
There
if
you
there's a world tour, Damien, if there's a world tour, I'm your drum tech.
Yeah, right.
I will retire
Yeah.
tomorrow. I'm at retiring age. I got all that. I can go tomorrow.
Yo, Joe, Damien was laughing. Damien was like, can't have you and Lamont in the same room. You might try and trip him down the steps. Mixtapes and tasty cakes. Thanks, Joe. We'll see you guys next week.